Today's class will mainly be focused on using the learning process outlined by Bloom's taxonomy to develop lessons that include creative activities. This course is intended for college intermediate level English majors. The lesson will be divided into three main sections: a preliminary warm-up activity, a central lesson, and a follow-up activity. For the warm-up, discuss questions in groups. Anyone want to read this question? Yeah, Kate, can you read it?
Which of the following ways is the best for learning a foreign language and why?
So which one will you put in first?
Find your mistake. You can find your mistake.
Yeah, we can talk about the Tibetan class, right? Yeah.
Your speaking improves. Functional. So which group want to present first? Can you raise your hand?
The third one.
The third one.
Yes.
Watching videos and demonstrations is a best way for learning a foreign language.
Yeah.
What is your reason for it?
Okay, so first reason is it can improve your listening. For example, like you can hear the sounds from the movie. And then second reason is we think it is really attractive and can make you concentrate on it.
Before you teaching lesson to others, you need to prepare. You need to read the text and search the information about that's related to your lesson. So that is best way to improve your English is teaching others.
If you improve your reading skills, the other aspects like listening skills and speaking skills and writing skills are also improving. So I think the number 2 is very important for learning foreign language.
Thank you. These two diagrams show the process of teaching and learning. The first section explains how we learn. We begin by remembering information and progress until we can create a product. Therefore, we should plan lessons that allow students to reach the level of creative thinking. The second section describes the value of different ways of teaching. As you can see, teaching others allows students to retain much more information than they do when attending a lecture. Therefore, student-centered classes are generally more productive than teacher-centered classes. Now, I would like you to combine these two diagrams into one pie chart or other organizer. Yeah, put all those things. Yeah, put all.
Big ones outside. Yeah.
Bigger.
Inside is for learning process, and outside is for the teaching process.
So this big heart is combined with this one. That means actually learning process and teaching process is combined.
First of all, we think inside this inner circle shows the learning process, and outer circle is teaching process.
It matches with some of the groups. Now, I will demonstrate the teaching and learning process in a lesson. What do you see in the picture? What do you think the animals are doing? Okay? Discuss in groups.
They forced to do something. There is the lions.
Which group want to share your answer? Raise your hand. Yeah, please.
All groups think they are practicing circle dance.
Circle dance. Yeah, I see.
There is a whale and a lion and a rabbit. Then the lion wants to eat rabbit, but and the rabbit hide behind the whale. Then lion wants to catch the rabbit and jump But the lion, because of hungry, can't jump and fell down the well.
Okay. Yeah, lion. I get cancer. You can kill me. You can't kill me. But this wheel, they have a lot of foods. Then you can enjoy it. Then the lion is so happy and jumping into the well.
The lion and rabbit fighting for drink water.
Oh, that's interesting. Fighting for the water.
But the lion was very thirsty and he wanted to catch the rabbit to cross the wheel. But unfortunately, he fell in the wheel.
Interesting. Thank you. Thank you for your great story. You will listen to the story and fill in the worksheet.
An old lion lives in the forest. This lion does not like to hunt for food. He is a very lazy lion.
Then please compare your answer. What's the first one? Horse. Second one? Animals. Third one? Horse. Match the words with the English, Tibetan, and Chinese meanings. How many of you got 100% correct? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Above 70%. Very good. Order is a key word in the story. First, we will complete a worksheet. Please write the number of the correct definition next to each example. Who want to share your answer? Please raise your hand. Okay, yeah, please.
My order something like to ask for something in a restaurant.
Do you all agree?
Yes. The way something is placed or located coordinates something that works.
Okay, very good.
To demand that someone do something.
Okay, who want to share your answer? Yeah, please.
Letter A is number 2,
Mm-hmm.
and the letter B is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Letter C is number 2,
Mm-hmm.
and letter D is number 1. Letter E is number 3, and the letter 4 they have two answers, number 3 and number 2.
For this sequencing activity, you must put the events in order. The first one has been done for you.
8, 6, 5,
10, 8, 6, 5,
1,
1,
9,
9,
3,
3,
4,
4,
7,
7, 2. Do you all agree with her?
Yes, I agree with her.
What do you see? Questions. Who want to answer the first question?
According to the text, the rabbit is clever because he took the lion to the well and let him jump into the well.
So, who want to read number 3? Please raise your hand. Read number 3. Yeah, please.
Write a letter from one character to the all others, describing your feeling and offering suggestions. Be sure to use the keywords.
Write the letter in your notebook.
So glad that you are suffering from
suffering.
Dear Rabbit, I'm so glad that you made me jump into the well. Right now, I'm in the hill. There are so many foods and water. I'm never going to hungry and thirsty anymore. Thank you so much.
Dear Rabbit, I'm in hell now, a place which is covered with darkness and cannot feel any compassion. I have been lived here for 20 years. During that time, I always imagine that I cut out your head and drink your blood. At the end, I promise I will take a revenge. See you in the hill.
Dear Robert, right now I'm going well in the heaven. There are many animals here, and we often fly together, such as hunt together and dance. Recently, I learned how to swim. You don't worry about me. I think you are the most smart animal in the forest. And I am not hit you anymore. I miss you too much. Please call me anytime. My phone number is 110.
What's it called?
Summary.
Okay, who want to explain this?
First, at the beginning of the class, we did picture description, right? This one matches the create. For the picture, like there is picture and we are kind of creating stories, right? And like how to say, the most important part of this, like the picture description, is to let students get interested in what teacher is teaching. This one is like, it is remembering, like word matching is for like understanding. And then the get feeling. Get feeling, this one is that you are applying. Number 5, ordering. What do you think about ordering?
Analyzing.
Yes, exactly. Ordering is like analyzing. Question part fixed with evaluating and treating. From like it moves from simple questions to complicated questions. The lesson starts with creating and ends with creating. Yeah.
Now, we will move on to your own creations. For homework, you will use the 2 theories to prepare a lesson on Isaac the yak.
I want to start my lesson with pictures because I want to know what students know about these animals, and I want to create interest in this story. Next slide is about activity, and this activity helps students to understand the keywords. Next, the gap filling. This gap filling activity allows students to apply their knowledge of prepositions. And the next picture is about storytelling. Storytelling slides 1 and 2 allow the students to analyze and create a story based on the pictures. The matching exercise measures students' understanding. This writing exercises allow students to move from understanding the story to creating a title and ending. And these questions challenge students on many different levels. For example, imagine that you are a member of the herd and write a letter to Isaac thanking him for his leadership. As you can see, my lesson plan allows students to move from understanding keywords and grammar all the way to creating a letter for characters in the story.
Okay, first, what do you see in this picture? Okay, can someone answer? Okay, what do you see in this picture?
I saw yak,
Yeah,
flower,
yeah.
stone, question mark.
After listening to your class today, I have a few questions. First of all, could you explain the core idea of your lesson?
Sure. Today we experienced an entire lesson focused on creativity.
Oh, your lesson was divided into several sections. Could you please break them down for me?
The warm-up activity generates interest in the topic and allowed students to interact with their classmates. After a discussion of the topic, I introduced the diagram of teaching and learning process that we built up on throughout the lesson. The students developed and presented diagrams using this information, which allowed me to assess their understanding of the topic. After establishing that all students understood the foundation of the teaching and learning process, I demonstrated a lesson in order to exemplify the topic in context. The demonstration was followed by an all-class summary and a reflection period that allowed students to consolidate all of the information from my initial presentation, their diagrams, and the demonstration. At this point, students had reached the level of analyzing, meaning they could identify aspects of teaching and learning process within an example lesson. The final activity was about developing and presenting a lesson plan. It allowed students to use their knowledge of the topic to create a product. As you saw from the student presentations, each student was able to plan a lesson based on the learning process and reaching the point of creative thinking.